Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all. My name is Ikhwan here, one of the reps for GTFS. Okay, before I start off with my presentation, I just want to make things more interesting here. Throughout my presentation, there will be some questions involved from my end. And if your answers happen to be the same as mine, my friend, you are on the right track. Okay, so for now, you guys just sit back, relax, and enjoy my presentation. Okay, I already have my first question in my mind. My first question is that simple. Okay, it goes like this. What does GTFS stand for? Right, okay, we have one volunteer here. The man in black shirt. Yes, can you please let us know your name, your company, and what is the right answer?
Okay, my name is Mustafa Gamal. I'm from Magat Holding. So the answer for GTFS is Green Technology Financing Scheme.
Excellent, that is correct. Okay, right, okay, GTFS stands for Green Technology Financing Scheme. Okay, you see, if you want to get to know somebody, the first thing that you should do is get the names right. You see, same goes to our scheme, GTFS, get the names right. Then from there, you can feel the power of our scheme, GTFS. So remember, GTFS stands for Green Technology Financing Scheme. Okay, let us move on. A bit on history of GTFS. GTFS, it was first introduced back in 2010 and the scheme was running for 8 years, ended in 2017. It was exactly 3 years back. So on that point of time, the allocation given was 3.5 billion ringgit. And here goes my second question. The 3.5 billion ringgit, where does the money come from? Okay, we have another volunteer here, please. The girl in the black shirt, please come in.
Okay, I'm Anis Raya.
Right.
I'm from Bioenergy Center. Right.
Nice.
My answer is come from bank. Yeah.
That is the right answer. That's good. Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay, you see 3.5 billion allocation comes from the bank's money. So what does it mean? It means that the bank has got the ultimate right to say yes or no to your application. So what about Green Tech Malaysia? Green Tech is in charge of giving you the access to green financing, but they do not give you the guarantee in securing green financing. Alright, simple as that. Okay, you see back in 2010, in terms of the awareness by the public, you see be it the public, by the bankers, even by the industry players was so lacking. So because of that, the government on that point of time, they came in and they introduced two incentives in one package. And those were the 60% guarantee by one body called Credit Guaranteed Corporation and 2% rebate on the interest rate or profit rate for the whole tenure of loan. So what it means by 60% guarantee is very simple. Assuming bank approve the amount of loan of 1 million, 60% out of this 1 million, which is 600,000, is guaranteed by the government in the event that your company goes into NPL. So 2% rebate is very straightforward. Bank charge you 5%, you only have to pay 3%. Bank charge you 5%, you only have to pay 3%. As simple as that. Okay, looking at those requirements, how to park your project under GTFS 2.0. As long as you meet one of these requirements, you can park your project under GTFS 2.0. So long story short, as long as your project can preserve the environment, can minimize the greenhouse gases to the environment, can minimize the waste, minimize the water consumption, you are eligible to park your project under GTFS 1.0. Alright, moving on. You see, since our inception back in 2010, there were 13 projects securing financing from banks. So throughout the 8 years of the scheme running, at the end of 2017, there were 319 projects securing financing from banks. So from there you can see that there was a huge jump from 13 to 319 projects. So I reckon it's more than 2,000%. Why? Because of those two incentives that I mentioned earlier, 60% guaranteed and 2% rebate on the interest rate for the whole tenure of loan. Okay, moving on, in terms of the performance of GTFS 1.0, you see the majority came from the energy sector. So talking about the energy sector, we have a few subsectors, just to name a few: biogas, biomass, mini hydro, solar farm, and even solar rooftop. And the remaining came from wastewater, transport, and building. Right, I'd like to talk about a bit on the bar chart here. You see, at the end of 2015 to 2016, there was a decline. Why? Mainly because of the global economic crisis that affected this global banking industry, that in turn affected our scheme, GTFS. Okay, the question that I'd like to ask is, why there was a decline from 2013 to 2014? Right? Here goes my third question. Okay, we have another volunteer. Please come in. Okay, can you please let us know your name, your company's name, and what is the right answer?
Okay. My name is Jasmine from Petak Solar Cell.
Hi, Jasmine.
Okay, my answer is because of 60% down to 30%.
30%. So exactly, that is the right answer. Thank you very much, Puan Yasmin. Okay, so why there was a decline from 2013 to 2014 is mainly because of the guaranteed amount from 60% to 30%. The MOF decided to reduce the amount on that point of time, and because of that, it triggered the banking industry, and it made them, quite reluctant to lend out money to the industry players. So because of that, the trend there plunged from 518 million to 395 million. And after a while, of course, the MOF reinstated the 60% guarantee, and that's why you can see the trend from 2014 to 2015, it went back up. Right. Who are the lenders for GTFS under GTFS 1.0? Malaysian Debt Ventures was the most active bank back in 1.0, and as you can see here, they finance more, in terms of the amount, they finance more than almost 700 million ringgit with more than 50 companies, followed by 2 foreign banks and other local banks. Alright, these are the expected impact for 1.0. You can have a look at it. Okay, let us move on to GTFS 2.0. We start fresh. Past is past, let us start a new relationship. So talking about 2.0, it was first launched back in January 2019. It was like 2 years back, and the scheme is running for 2 years, and it will end by end of December 2020. So as of today, we have like 3 months down the road, and the allocation given is about 2 billion ringgit. And there is one question by one of my clients. They say that out of this 2 billion, how much is left on the table? I would say that it's about plus minus 500 million ringgit. And another question that I got is 500 million ringgit is more than enough to cover all the sectors? I would say yeah, it's more than enough to cover all the sectors except LSS2 projects. Initially, we did cover LSS projects, but along the way, we got the remarks from our former minister to take up this LSS2 and focus only on other sectors. Alright, in terms of the incentives under 2.0, we have 2 incentives, 60% of guaranteed remains and 2% rebate only applicable for the first 7 years only. And for 2.0, we have 6 sectors. We have energy sector, waste, water, manufacturing, building, and transport sector. So who are the people involved in GTFS 2.0? Number 1, we have Green Tech Malaysia. Green Tech Malaysia is in charge of doing the business development, coming up with the green certificates, and we are doing this monitoring in terms of audit. Okay, number 2, we have PFI, Participating Financial Institution. This PFI, of course, they are lending out money to the clients. And number 3, we have one body called CGC, Credit Guarantee Corporation. This CGC basically is the gatekeeper for 60% guaranteed and 2% rebate. Right, before I move on to the next slide, I have another question, my 4th question. The question goes like this. Under GTFS 2.0, which project do you think is the most certified green? Okay, we have another volunteer here. Please come in. The man in the black shirt. Yes? Yes, can you please let us know your name, your company's name, and what is the right answer?
Okay. My name is Dubat. I'm from F2F Holding.
Dubat, yes. Welcome to the show. Yes.
Okay. So the answer is solar rooftop, right?
That is correct. You must be a biggest fan of solar. Thank you very much, sir. That's correct. Okay. You see, the answer is solar rooftop. Almost 50% came from solar rooftop, followed by biogas. You see, as you can see on our data here, to be exact, 102 projects are certified green. Okay, and out of this 102, almost 70% is financed by the PFIs. So there's another question. What about the remaining 30%? The remaining 30% is still in the midst of getting the financing from PFIs. So our expectation is that 100% will get the financing from PFIs. Okay? Right, here goes my last question. Okay? Under GTFS 2.0, which bank is the most active bank in terms of the amount and in terms of the number of financing? Yes, we have another volunteer here, a lady in a black shirt again. Okay, can you tell me your name, your company's name, and what is the right answer?
Yeah, I'm Orchid.
Orchid, yes, Orchid.
I come from Melati, right?
Oh, so flowery. Okay, that's good. Okay, what is the right answer?
My answer is Hong Bank.
Hong Bank, exactly. You are right. Okay, you see, the most active bank that we have on the 2.0 is Hong Bank. In terms of the number, we finance more than 25 companies. To be exact, it's 28 companies. In terms of the amount, it's almost 200 million ringgit. In terms of the projects that they have financed, we name it. They have biogas, biomass, energy efficient projects, solar rooftop. Yeah. So, if you have any projects, you may consider Hong Bank. But there is another question. What about other banks? Yes, they can. If you have solar projects, you can go to any banks that you wish for. Okay, these are the expected impact for 2.0. You can have a look at it. Okay, so let us talk about the category that we have under 2.0. Okay, basically we have three separate categories. We have producer, user, and ESCO category. Easy to say, under producer category, as long as your project is under renewable energy, has got NEM, REPA agreements, that will be parked under producer category, and the quantum that you can enjoy is up to 100 million per group of company. User category, simple, your project is under self-consumption, you can enjoy up to 50 million per group of company. And ESCO category, ESCO stands for Energy Services Company. In other words, is the EPC, or a layman term is a contractor for the project, and this contractor is registered under ST, wanting to invest onto other people's project, and that is only meant for EE projects, energy efficient projects, and the quantum that they can enjoy is up to 25 million per group of company. Right, let us move on to the processing fee. Processing fee is very straightforward. How we determine that is via the projected tenure of repayment to the banks. If your projected tenure of repayment to the banks is more than 10 years, we charge at 0.5%. Less than 10 years, we charge at 0.25%. Minimum 8K, and there is no maximum. Okay, FYI, our validity of the cert is 6 months. Okay, and we expect you to get the financing plus the 60% guaranteed and 2% rebate within that 6 months. And if you fail to do so, you have to extend your certificates. First extension, free of charge, but second and third extension, there will be some cost involved. How do you go about GTFS 2.0? First thing first, you have to register online on our portal, gtfs.my, and from there, we will send you an email on the processing fee. And once you have remitted the payment, from our end, we will conduct an evaluation. And in terms of our evaluation, we have two types. Number one is feasibility, and number two is on the technical part. So once done, we will bring forward your paper to our committee meeting. We call it as GTC meeting, Green Technology Committee meeting, which comprises of people from SEDA, ST, SIRIM, JAS, and of course we have people from CASA. Okay, once done, assuming that your project is approved, then from our end, we will issue you the green certificate. So this green certificate is very valuable, and you have to bring this to your banker, and your banker has to liaise directly with the CGC. Okay, you see, from this whole process, the most critical part is always getting the right banker for your project. If you get the wrong banker, sorry to say, your project is doomed. Okay, this is how our GTFS 2.0 certificate looks like. Okay, all in all, GTFS is basically a passport for the green industry players to access to green financing. As simple as that. Okay, so when people ask you what GTFS is a passport for the people to access into green financing. Okay, that is all from me. If you have any questions, you can drop me an email at ikwan@greentechmalaysia.my, or alternatively, you can give me a call at 0389210878, or you can have a live chat with me from 19th of October till 23rd of October 2020 during iJam. And also just want to let you know that we have 2 more members involved in GTFS 2.0. We have Puan Azlina and Encik Faiz. You can reach them whenever you want. Okay, and that is all from me. Stay safe and thank you very much.